from Bloomington, Professor Steiner. And there you are. There we go. Thank you very much. By the way, Professor Steiner was honored us by being a member of a little delegation that visited the offices of Senator Coates and Donnelly the other day. And I was hoping that they would be moved, but we'll see what happens.
So far. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Margaret Steiner, and I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to meet with us regarding our concern over Senators Donnelly's and over our Senators' support of S. 1881, the Nuclear Weapons-Free Iran Act of 2013. As a Jew and a scholar for peace, I believe that this bill is misguided and will only serve to bring about the very thing we wish to prevent. By calling for the expansion of sanctions, by denying Iran's right to enrichment under the Non-Proliferation Treaty, and by threatening to aid Israel in any military action against Iran, the bill could well spur Iran to accelerate its development of nuclear weapons, even if enrichment had been primarily for peaceful purposes. In a speech to the General Assembly of the United Nations in September of 2013, President Rouhani set a different tone from that of his predecessor. He said that Iran would be willing to negotiate in time-bound and results-oriented talks to build mutual confidence and removal of mutual uncertainties. As a recent article in the New York Times has pointed out, Iran has every reason to seek common ground with the United States, not the least of which is to counteract their common enemy, Al-Qaeda. Quote, "It is clear we are increasingly reaching common ground with the Americans," said Aziz Shahmo Bachadi, I'm sorry, I butchered his name, a former member of Iran's advisor to Iran's National Security Council. Quote, "No country should have an eternal enemy, neither we nor the United States. Indeed, convergence of the interests of the United States and Iran took place in 2001 when Iranian intelligence operatives gave reliable information to American Special Forces troops battling the Taliban in Afghanistan. At a time when Iran has agreed to curb its enrichment potential and to submit to a rigorous inspections regime, and when rapprochement and genuine cooperation appear to be attainable goals, expanding sanctions and threatening to aid Israel militarily should it strike Iran would be counterproductive at the very least. In this connection, President Rouhani said, quote, "We will not answer to any threat, sanctions, humiliation, or discrimination," end quote. Why would Congress want to scuttle a great opportunity for a diplomatic solution to the impasse with Iran? J Street, a Jewish organization that is both pro-Israel and pro-peace, has stated that we should have learned from the Iraq War that sanctions and wars have unintended consequences. We toppled a dictator but left in his place not democracy, but a country that is riven by sectarian strife. And we left a vacuum that allowed Iran's nuclear program to proceed. I call upon Senator Donnelly and Senator Coates to withdraw their support for S. 1881, which would surely scuttle the current round of negotiations. I urge them further to meet with us in person or via video conference so that we could have a thoughtful dialogue about this grave issue of grave concern. I urge them to give diplomacy and peace a chance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much.